determine that situation and not to come from us. And the delivery precautions and make measures of security, plus the public participation that deals with the design that you deem fit. So I do see there's quite a bit of agreements here, and the only thing I'm asking is whether we can have assurance from you that you will move with speed to make this process going forward from today. Because if it doesn't, given the timelines that are out of our control, 1 week public participation, 2-week tender, 3 days evaluation, purchase order, and printing system, we can be bared of time. So I just want to make sure that we have assurance that you will move with speed to make sure that the things that are presented to you can take place.
Chair, building on what my colleague Senator Murkomen has said, and the response from our friend, our colleague, Senator James Orengo, who is our senior, we respect him a lot. But you must protect us, Chair. He cannot come here and intimidate us, because after Senator Murkomen spoke, our friend stood up and said, this is not a talk show. We came here to talk. As a chairman, with regard to that one document which is alleged to be relevant, our only view is, our only concern really, and we are not saying the parties cannot make presentations to the Commission. Any party, even Jubilee, we feel we can make representations. Our only problem is that we hope, and we need to be assured that there is nothing in that document, the one which is relevant, which is trying to discuss the merits of the procurement process, or trying to, in any way to allude to how the procurement process should be done, as was alluded to by the presidential candidate of the Third Way Alliance, because for us, Jubilee, we would not want to participate in such a discussion. I said, and we want to repeat, it amounts to conflict of interest to all parties, including Jubilee, to sit down and discuss how procurement will go about over presidential election where President Uhuru Kenyatta is a candidate, and I'm sure the other people representing candidates or the candidates themselves are here.
Let me just make it, the letters are addressed to the IEBC. We shall respond to them, make them public, I think give you copies, because I believe these are on matters of public importance. Dr. Kuroko, also your letter, we received it, and want to ensure, yes, we shall ensure we respond to it within the next 24 hours, all these letters. So let's not dwell so much on them. We shall deal with the letters and we shall make them public.
Although, Chair, yes. With all due respect, and as I said earlier, Senator Orengo is my senior in the legal profession, so you are. I think it's important to do things in good faith. Third Way Alliance have not only written to you, they made their presentation here, we listened, we internalized, we also made our presentation, there's nothing in writing. I think with utmost respect to Senator Orengo, and I didn't know you, I was very humble in making my presentation. It would have made more greater sense to the way forward. If he knew that this was a private letter to the chair, then he would have sent to you privately. But once it is part and parcel of his submissions in public glare and in our presence, we are willing to be patient, and he's an eloquent speaker. We give him another 2, 3, 5 minutes to make a summary of the same, so that the country and all of us know what's going on. But if we do these things under the table, I mean, Mr. Chairman, what happens to the word transparency that we are talking about?
There's an issue as to the content of this letter. Can we deal with it? Is it about this?
Yes.
I think there's a bit of contradiction listening to, and I hope really this will not degenerate into NASA versus Jubilee talk show, because I think that's what it's becoming. And everybody actually, Chair, familiarize themselves with the judgment of the court and what I think Senator Orengo represented, which is that you can fashion what, in your view, is public participation for purposes of us moving this process forward. As Thirdway Alliance, we came here with a single view that we want to help you reach an amicable solution. We want to help you build a consensus with all the presidential candidates, which is why we came here prepared, not to try and bring court processes where you want us to serve papers. We came here prepared and gave you our proposals on how we can move this process forward. I think if you listen, exactly. So I think, Chair, let's not be taken back and forth. Thirdway Alliance knew what it was coming to do here, to reduce this to propositions which will help the IEBC in reaching a decision which will be acceptable to all the presidential candidates as per your invitation. So if we say back and forth, I think then it means we are all not prepared, and I can excuse Professor Kindiki if he was in the field looking for votes. It would have been useful if he had read the ruling, because the question of public participation, and the court said it ably, and I, at the risk of repeating Senator Orengo, it was for IEBC to fashion what that public participation means. And for me, simple, this alone is also public participation, if you like, especially since we say we are leaders that are representing people. And I agree with that in Duale, that they are leaders. So as a leader, step up and help this commission make up the decision, which is why we proposed what the 5 issues that we made the proposition on. I think this will really help you, Chair, in taking this process forward. Otherwise, if we go on and on like this, I think I fear, I shudder to say this, and I say this in the softest terms possible. I hope some fellows do not just want to make sure that IEBC is dysfunctional as they have done in the past.
Yeah. Is Senator Mutama?
Thank you, Chairman. You called us for this meeting, and we came. We came with a clear position, which we have put it down in writing. My kind request is, don't allow this to be a tug of war between Jubilee and NASA. The document there is addressed to you. If you want to respond to it, you can do it. We have done it perfectly, unlike our colleagues here. Ours is on record, Chairman. What we brought here can be quoted, is there. You can quote word by word. So deal with the issue and save us from the attacks, which you believe now, trying to turn out and make it look like we have committed a crime. Chairman, what we expect to hear from you is the interpretation you want to appeal for, to get to know what does it mean by having the involvement of the public in this procurement. That's what we expected. Oh, these are we are not here to intimidate you. We are not here to direct you what to do. We can only offer suggestions to move the country forward. So kindly, once again, protect us from being drawn into this debate by Jubilee, which you are looking for. Chairman, thank you.
All right. Thank you. There's one more comment. Banadida, you haven't talked. Malimo.
Bismillah wa salatu wa salam ala Rasulullah. There's a prayer. Because the meeting